building the
Alright, already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come to the show. What goes on? Alright, already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come to the show.
Hello, hello, and welcome to VolTalk. This is UT's official talk show where we talk about everything Knoxville, everything UT, everything Orange. I'm your host, Tara Thomas, and today I have these four people here to talk about some stuff with me. If you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
All right, I'm Sophie Mullen.
I'm Will Discavage.
I'm Michaela Bond.
And I'm Trini Williams.
All right, so we're just going to talk first. Something really exciting is the lineup for Volapalooza came out. And we're going to have Lupe Fiasco, Bad Sons, and Cold War Kids. It's going to be April 24th, as it says right there. And it's the last day of classes for the spring semester. And it's free for those who opted in. Did you guys all opt in?
No.
What are you
I
opt
did.
in?
You didn't opt in?
No.
What?
I kind of did.
Oh, I did opt
can
in.
still
Was that
opt
like that
in.
thing you like sign?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did.
It was
did.
like one of those
I
things.
did.
Yeah, you saw it all over Facebook. It was like, make sure you opt in.
Okay.
And it's going to be at World's Fair Park this year. So that's exciting. Have you guys ever been to Volapalooza?
No.
Yes.
You have?
I went last year, actually.
Who was there last year?
The Tantrums.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Fits in the Tantrums.
Fits in the Tantrums,
Yeah,
that's
and
what
then the
they are.
Dirty Governors were there too.
Yeah.
Oh, was it fun?
It was a whole lot of fun. And lots of energy. So many people were there. I was right there in the front, so I had a really good time.
Oh, nice. Where was it?
It was at Thompson Bowling.
Okay, so you think it'll be a lot better at World's Fair Park?
Should be.
It might be like Woodstock or something.
Oh, God, don't say that. They're going to be like, oh, we're going to move it back to Thompson Bowling. Thanks, VolTalk. So are you guys going to go, for sure? Like, have you?
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
like to, yeah.
I
I
want
can still
to.
opt in.
Right. No, okay. That's what I just heard was that you can. So Google it, I'm sure. You know, go to UTK, go to the little search bar, I guess. I don't really know how to do it. I'm not really sure. I don't even know if I did or not. Hopefully I did. I'm going to tell people I did because they judge you if you didn't. Snow days. Obviously, we're going to talk about it since, like, we all missed class for 2 weeks. Do you guys do anything exciting?
I didn't break into Neyland. I know that.
No?
I had my time with that last year. I didn't want to do it again this year.
You were there last.
I was.
I miss it every time.
Yeah. It was a very fun experience.
Until the cops
I'll
showed
say
up.
that. Until the cops showed up. Everybody's climbing over the gate trying to get out.
Kind of ruins the mood a little bit. They were calling it Blizzard 2K15. Some UT students, though, were really mad that they remained open on Wednesday. And we have some tweets. Yeah, this guy was like, it says, I really like UT really cares about my personal safety, shown by the sign that they graciously placed. I saw another one later that it was one of those signs, and then it had a sign on it, and it said, thanks, Jimmy, love the students, or something. And it was really funny.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, like walking to class every day, like I'd slip at least like 3 times and I have to like catch myself. So it was scary.
Yeah, and especially because I live in the fort, so we have to go down that huge hill.
Yeah.
I'm one of the most uncoordinated people. I was like, it's not whether or not I'm going to fall, it's how many times. I thought it was ridiculous. And like people were driving. I
Yeah.
saw like 4 people just like completely lose control of their cars and like going down that hill. It was really bad.
See, like I don't have snow boots. I just have Uggs and like, well, I have like kind of fall boots, but I don't have anything else that's like.
Right. You don't have like the bean boots where people are like walking around
so like
legitimately.
I've stayed in the whole time except for like the last time it snowed. That night we went out until like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then class was delayed for like 2 hours or something like that. But
Yeah.
I stayed in. I didn't want to fall. I like my limbs.
But did you guys get an email yesterday from Chris Camino? And I was like, if you're not canceling class, like, I don't care what you have to do, Chris. I'm sorry.
I got so excited and just let down.
Right, and I was like, what is this even about? I didn't think he did anything else.
I don't even think I read it.
No, yeah, I
didn't
didn't.
either.
He's the guy. Who is, like, I don't know his actual title. I just know that he's the one that I look
Yeah.
for when I want class to be canceled.
That's who I want an email from.
I I think this last week though, like everyone was like partying and like snowball fights and like sledding, like getting drunk. Like there was a lot of people drinking on the hill sliding, and so I think UT was like, you know what, you guys are already assuming that you're gonna have a snow day, so we're not gonna give you one. And I think that's why they really didn't cancel class on Thursday.
Well, I got back to my room at like almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and I went to bed at like maybe 3, almost 4, and people were still outside like making noise and stuff. And I was like, at least I'm gonna get like 6 hours of sleep if classes weren't canceled, but.
And they weren't. My roommates were like, have you looked outside? Like, there's no way we're having class tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, right. UT does not care. I had a midterm that I didn't study for, thankfully, and my professor ended up canceling class anyway because of the snow day, but.
Well, of course you heard about the incident with our basketball coach, women's basketball coach. She broke her wrist slipping and falling on that ice this past week.
I did not hear
I didn't
that
know that.
at
Yeah,
all.
she had to wear an orange cast at the last game because she had broke her wrist falling.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why UT doesn't cancel. Like, I get it, but I don't. I don't get it at all, I feel like. Like, Pellissippi, a couple of my roommates went there. They were closed all week, like all those 2 weeks. The same as Knox County schools were closed, so was Pellissippi. So it's like, why doesn't Tennessee follow suit? I don't get it.
Yeah, we had some Carson Newman guys just roll through campus yelling out their windows, we've been out all week. And I was just ignored them.
I can't. Did you guys, like, did it screw you up, though, for your schools? Like, I know I had 3 midterms on one day because they all got pushed back, and, like, some of my professors were like, I don't care about your snow days. Like, you still have to do it.
It's like a lot of projects got pushed back into like this week, so I'm kind of scrambling to get everything done. But other than that, as far as tests, it didn't really mess me up with that, just homework-wise.
Yeah, I was lucky. I had no tests or projects during the whole time. So.
And apparently there were managers, like, for the dining locations, and so in order for them to stay open, they had to sleep in dorms. Like the UT, instead of like being able to go home. Yeah, but speaking of the women's basketball coach, though, we have a new lady, or one, I guess she's an old lady Vol, new rap artist, Baby Mac, Kate McMahon, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but she is a new aspiring rapper and music producer, and one of her most popular songs is Tennessee Honey. There's her playing basketball, and I believe we have the actual video of her rapping. Who made this video for her?
Here's the story of a Tennessee honey, rocky top to the day that she died. Here's the story of a Tennessee honey, a country girl, blonde hair and blue eyes. Here's the story of a Tennessee honey, rocky top to the day that she died. Here's the story of a Tennessee honey, a country girl, blonde hair and blue eyes.
Cut off blue jeans, oh, the Cowboys really love that. They like it better with nothing on, just my cowgirl hat. Nothing sweeter than a summer night in back roads. It's where you get that moonshine in the Kate's Cove. Let me introduce you to the fellas that I know. Let's go to Memphis and see the king of rock and roll. We gotta stop in Nashville, Music Town. Head down to Broad Street, country singers slowing down. We hit the west and middle, now to the east. You can see Dolly Parton and the queen of the South, me.
Thoughts, comments, concerns? Anything?
I want to go watch the whole thing now.
Yeah.
I mean, she's really pretty. Like, she's
Yeah,
hot.
she's pretty, but
I don't know who that guy is at the beginning. She should
made
have
the
rethought
video.
that for sure. She should have had somebody like on her same level of
Yeah.
attractiveness. More people would have watched it.
yeah.
You think she's got a future? Are you excited? You guys gonna put that on your iPod, basically?
I feel like
is
if
what I'm asking.
Iggy
I give-
Azalea is a rapper, she can be a rapper.
That's true. It doesn't take that much these
It
days.
doesn't.
Yeah.
I really like Izzy, or Izzy. That's embarrassing. Iggy, you guys know what I meant. But no, nothing. Well, there's that. If you guys, it's on YouTube. So, Baby Mac, BABI. MAC is her, I guess, rapper name. But speaking of the Lady Vols, I don't know if you guys heard about this, except for the basketball team, all other female teams will just be the Vols. and so they're just going to rep the Power T. The only reason the basketball team obviously gets to keep Lady Vols is because of Pat Summitt's legacy. Some people are like happy about it. Some people are kind of mad. You guys really like opinions?
I'm sure there has to be some kind of reason behind the whole thing, but overall,
I think it's like the whole gender equality.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, but I know it won't be any kind of opinion change, especially on Dave Hart's part, because him being an authority figure like that, if he changes his mind on something this big, he's gonna look weak at that position. He's gonna feel like everything can be altered with just a couple of raids and T-shirts worn and all that. But overall, it doesn't really affect me in any kind of way. I mean,
because you're obviously not on a female sports team.
Yeah, that's true. But I just agree with it. I'm glad that they're keeping it for the basketball team, and we'll just roll with it.
I mean, does anybody watch any other female sports?
See, that's what I was going to say. I don't really care because I just cared about football, really, and then like Lady Vols every now and then. But other than that, it's
right. I wish I would have known about this like before, because I know this girl that's on the rowing team. I don't know if you guys even knew that we have rowing teams, and I should have asked her how she felt about it. Because like, do you want to be a Vol or do you want to be a Lady Vol? I think being Lady Vol is kind of classy.
I think Lady Vol is like a different level, like
better.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to be like, yeah, I'm a Lady Vol. I don't know. I think there's something about it that's just like, you just stand out more, I guess.
Actually, I don't know how successful you would be with that, because I was talking with one the other day. They're not allowed to say anything about it. They don't want any kind of controversy within that.
Right. It's kind of like, look, it happened. We just have to go with it. Kind of accept it. Yeah. I don't really know. I don't really care. I think it doesn't affect my life. I think people are still going to wear their Lady Vol T-shirts. Not like, they're like, all right, we're going to have a recall. Everyone has to send their T-shirts back in. I don't think it's that big of a deal. And I really think that the Lady Vols, the basketball team, is the only relevant team, I would imagine. Next, or I guess the group, I don't know if you guys saw last week or 2 weeks ago, we started showcasing groups on campus that are like doing positive things for campus and like around Knoxville. And so this week, we actually are doing the Center for Leadership and Service. I'm sure you guys know about them because they're the people that email you like every day.
Yes.
Yeah, like the CLS in big letter. Yeah, those are the more emails that you just ignore. But we have a video to kind of talk about it.
Hey there, VolTalk viewers. I'm here to take you around the Center for Leadership and Service. Let's go. So the Center for Leadership and Service is upstairs on the 3rd floor of the University Center. It's combined with the Center for Student Engagement to create the Office of Student Involvement. So here's our graduate assistant cave. We have people working there right now, so we're not going to go in there. We're just going to head right into the office. Programs we do to help students lead and serve are as follows. We have the Ignite program, which assists incoming freshmen, the Leadership and Service Ambassadors, our Sign Up to Serve calendar, our alternative fall breaks and spring breaks, the Congressional Internship Program, where you can spend a summer in D.C. working with a congressman, Emerging Leaders Program, Leadership Knoxville Scholars, Freshman Leadership and Service Learning Community. Here at the Center for Leadership and Service, our mission is to educate and engage all students to lead and serve in the global community.
And from the Center of Leadership and Service, which after this I'm going to call it CLS, just so everyone knows, we have Micah Carr. If you can see her name tag, I don't know if you can see it, but she is a Leadership and Service Ambassador. So what do you do exactly? What does your job entail?
Well, as a Leadership and Service Ambassador, what we do is we plan programs and service opportunities for students, organizations, and even just people that are in the Knoxville area that want to learn a little bit more about whether it's time management. We've even had a request from the Greek Life, and they wanted to know alternatives to hazing. So us thinking about ways that they can not haze on campus is a big thing, and it's a good thing that they came to us because, I mean, it helps us know like what what topics we're going to have in the future as well, because, I mean, we normally talk about social justice and how to make social change around the university campus and even just in the world and grow as leaders. So we've been getting a lot of program requests for those types of subjects. But in terms of community service, we go out and we plan a complete service trip for organizations that request it. And we've gone to the Ronald McDonald House, Random Acts of Flowers, the Humane Society. We have so many different community partners that we have that we keep in contact with on a regular basis to talk about these different topics with our organizations and students.
Okay, so if students want to volunteer, like they could just email you and be like, hey, I want to do this?
Yeah, we have the leadershipandservice.utk.edu website you can go to, and you can request to have a group go and do service, and then a leadership and service ambassador will be in contact with you to let you know about the plans and everything.
Maybe you.
Yep,
it
me.
could be you. How long have you been doing this?
Actually, since last December, so I'm fairly new, still learning, but it's definitely a wonderful process, and I've met so many amazing people from around the university campus.
Was there a certain way you got involved, or did you just found out and you're like, I have to do this, or do you have friends in it?
Well, I'm actually in the Leadership and Service Living and Learning community on campus, so we live in Massey. And I actually have Sally Parrish as my teacher last semester for FYS, and she's the director over the Center for Leadership and Service. So she told me, hey, you should apply to be an LSA. I think it'll be a really good fit for you. It'll help you grow as a leader and learn where you want to go with your life here at campus. And I applied for it, went through the interview process, and I won, and I got the chance to become a leadership and service ambassador. We went to retreat and everything, and I really got to bond with all of my members. Sophie actually is a leadership and service ambassador as well. So,
well, she should have said that when she was over here earlier. So, do you get paid?
No, we do not. It's all
that's
service.
all that volunteer thing. What exactly is servant leadership?
Well, servant leadership is when you go out and do community service first before you lead other people. You need to know how the service process works itself, from being just a student or a citizen just going out to help the community in whatever outreach area that you want to. And you can go feed the hungry or go help with the Humane Society, whether it's painting a wall for their new training facility. So many different types of service opportunities. And that's how you learn how to become a leader, through that service first. And then you go out and you have to encourage others to do the same based off of their values, their beliefs, and what they want to serve in as well.
Okay. So what is one of your favorite projects that you've done?
Probably the Ronald McDonald House. I led a trip with the International House, and what was so amazing about it is that the students had never really gone and do service in their countries before, because that's not something that they value. And it was their first time, and at the end of the trip, I was nervous that they wouldn't have understood why we cleaned the entire Ronald McDonald House and why we gave them all of these tasks that they would normally do at their own homes. But they understood the whole entire purpose, and it just shows that people do understand the disparities going on within their communities. They just don't know that, they're not aware that they're actually going on and how they can go about helping. But now they know that they can always go sign up on our Sign Up to Serve calendar on the Leadership and Service website. So that would probably be my favorite experience that I've had so far.
Mm-hmm. Do we have the link up for that? Can we put it down at the bottom so everybody, we'll put it up. Is there certain, the alternative breaks is something I want to talk about. Have you gone on one?
I haven't personally, but I've heard really amazing things about it. My friend got to go on an LGBT service trip, and she said it was wonderful. The way that they have the settings for you, she said that she slept on the floor of a church during her trip, and it just shows that they want you to be able to experience what those people who've been in these disparities, what they actually go through on a daily basis, so you really get in touch with what the problem is and how you can go about solving it. But I've heard really wonderful things. The spring break is actually coming up soon, the trip is. So I would definitely encourage anyone to go out and sign up for a trip. It's wonderful. We have the fall and the spring break programs.
So for something like that, do you just apply and then does everyone get it, or is there a process?
There sort of is a process. There's actually a fee that you have to pay. It's not too expensive, but you go on the website and apply for it, and they actually don't tell you where you're going beforehand. You have to actually go ahead and pay for it, and then they'll email you when you have to meet up to talk about where you're going to go, what qualifications need to happen beforehand, and what you need to get prepared, and then you find out. everything then.
Okay, so are there multiple ones, or just like everyone goes to?
There's multiple areas you can go to. It's all based off of what you're interested in. Like I mentioned before, someone went on an LGBT trip. Someone else might go for Habitat for Humanity trip in a different state, or maybe even just stay in Knoxville. They're just scattered around the United States, maybe Chicago, New York. There's various program opportunities you can go to.
What would you say are some of like the best skills that you've gotten through CLS?
We've been talking a lot about 360-degree leadership and just how to become a stronger leader. And you first have to get in touch and become self-aware of your personal values, your beliefs, things that you're good at, things that you're bad at, and you have to use those to your advantage to help whenever you're going into the group setting and you find a group values. So it definitely has helped shape me better as a person and a leader around campus, so I kind of know like what I want in the future, what I expect out of other people as well, and just to encourage them to reflect on themselves often, because it's going to be helpful when you go into your future careers and you have to work with other people.
So I'm assuming you would definitely encourage everyone to try to be a CLS ambassador.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I love the CLS.
Okay. Is there like any other stories like you have, like some volunteer stories, some service stories, like something?
Well,
other than the Ronald McDonald House?
Let's see. We're actually going there again tomorrow for our LSA class, but I haven't gone on a ton of trips so far since I'm fairly new. We've had a lot of class time to learn about like what to expect during programs.
So you're being one of those like do as I say, not as I do kind of people. I see you. Okay. All right.
I actually did a community partner roundtable the other week, and we had a bunch of our community partners come in and tell us what we can do to help better the process between actually doing the service or the programs and coming to their schools, or whether it's a facility that they have. A lot of the elementary school teachers would love if we came on a regular basis instead of a one-time thing, because they want the students to be able to have a good connection with their mentors that come in to talk to them. So they're hoping we can expand the program to where it's consistently the volunteers are coming in to talk about, you know, what it's like to go to the next grade, or this is how you can learn about your talents and find out what career you might want to go to in the future. So they definitely want us to come back regularly, more than just like, okay, we're coming today just to serve you one time and then we're not going to come back. So I would definitely recommend, if you sign up to do service at a school, definitely go on a regular basis. The kids really do enjoy it.
What would you hope that students receive from being engaged with CLS?
I hope that they learn more about themselves. A lot of the time students don't know where their place is on campus or what they want to get involved in, and through service it's a great opportunity for you to figure out, do I want to become a teacher? So we can place you within an elementary school and you can see if you like that setting or not, so that can help you figure out your career. I actually did do a program on finding a career through service, and that would be a great opportunity. If you're a major that's biology or chemistry or anything in the sciences, if you need to be in a hospital and you want to see if that's what you want to do, we can definitely set up a service opportunity for you to connect with a doctor and the patients and talk to them, and even the children at our local hospitals near campus. And just doing that, you're able to find out more about like your leadership style, what career you want to go into. There's just so many different things you can learn just from doing service, and you're also helping people along the way. And if that's what you want to do, helping people, doing service is definitely the route to go into.
So just hit up Center for Leadership and Service, and they'll just like hook you up with whatever you want to do. All right.
Yep, leadershipandservice.utk.edu.
Say it one more time.
leadershipandservice.utk.edu.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm glad everybody got a little information, because I feel like we all get emails and we kind of like blow them off. I mean, I read them, of course, but I think it's a really good thing, and so it's definitely something that everybody should look into. But kind of in honor of the leadership and service, we have a video, Acts of Kindness.
Acts of kindness are the little things that make people's days just a little bit brighter. Hi, I'm Hannah.
I'm Allison. And I'm Michaela.
And this is Ball on the Street.
Today we're on a pedestrian walkway asking some of our fellow volunteers about the little acts of kindness they perform to keep our big orange country bright and beautiful.
And in return, we'll be rewarding them for their volunteer spirit. Let's get started. Alright, question. Do you recycle?
I recycle every day. Every single piece of trash that I throw away is recycled.
you saw a student struggling in the rain carrying a handful of books, what would you do?
I would try to help them carry the books. And so like put them under my umbrella if I had one.
If you could have one wish granted right now, what would it be?
To have all the wishes in the world. I know that sounds really selfish, but
That's cliche. How often do you thank your parent?
like every day in person.
That's really good because sometimes I forget, but I'm like, Mommy, I love you.
How would you guys show your unconditional love for your family and friends?
I guess sacrifice, like something that I enjoyed for them.
That's a good one. That one's tough.
If you found $20 on pedestrian walkway, what would you do with it?
Well, I might ask around and see if someone dropped it like before me, but otherwise I might just hold on to it.
All right, so what does it mean to be kind to you?
Being kind just means it's more than just empathy. It is like really going out of your way to think about how someone ought to be treated and wants to be treated, and just I don't know, just being a good person. Simply, I don't know. That's what I think it is.
Oh, that was really sweet.
And that's all the time we have for today. Come back next week because we have a special edition where it's Family Feud with Sports Mecca versus TVC News. This has been VolTalk. I'm Tara Thomas, and you're not.
Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder